I'm Avery Alexander. This is my district, representative district, and we're going to march across the Mississippi Connection for the first time. We're christened the Mississippi Connection, and we're going to rally across the river at the St. Stephen Baptist Church about 3 o'clock, and we're going to keep on up the river eventually tomorrow. We're going to move into Jefferson Parish, and Tuesday we're going to move into St. Charles. Wednesday we're going to move into St. John. Thursday we're going to move into St. James. Friday we're going to move into Iberville and Ascension. And Saturday we're going through West Baton Rouge and East Baton Rouge, and Sunday on the steps of the Capitol.
Reverend, what's the purpose of the march? What do you think is going to be accomplished here?
Well, we're trying to dramatize the fact that we are being slowly poisoned to death by the chemical companies that operate up and down the river, in Cancer Corridor, as we call it, between Baton Rouge and New Orleans.
And you think that this march will have an effect? Well, you think this march will have an effect upon the country as we go into Earth Day?
The whole country.
I'm Carl Bologna, Sr. of St. John the Baptist Parish. We're marching in conjunction with Gulf Coast Tenant Organization, the march through Cancer Alley. We're here representing St. John the Baptist Parish in our fight against Formosa Chemical Company.
Tell us about the Formosa Chemical Company fight. What's that all about?
What has happened in St. John in the past 3 weeks, the parish has voted, the council, the Board of Zoning has determined in changing the west bank of the parish, which is St. John West Bank, from residential and agricultural to heavy industrial. That area consists of 99% black population. And what they're doing, they're displacing black residents and making way for Formosa Chemical Plant, which we oppose greatly. Our research about Formosa is that in 1985, their permits were rejected in Delaware. In Taiwan, in September of '88, the Taiwan people revolt, some 1,800 people revolt, causing shutdown of some 18 plants of Formosa in Taiwan. Retribution in amount of $1.22 billion were made to the people there for the heavy pollution that they brought about in the place of Taiwan. Also, they've had, just recently, last week, a heavy fine was leaned against Formosa in Texas, that plant in Texas. Some over $250,000 were levied against them for the pooling of the air, soil, and the waters.
And this is the plant Governor Romer wants for the state of Louisiana?
This is the plant that Governor Romer has stated that he's sure that they will comply with all EPA regulations, and seemingly a year and a half ago they met with the Taiwan officials, so it's on their agenda to put Taiwan, the Formosa plant in St. John Parish.
My name is Janice Dickerson. I'm here because I'm concerned about the environment. I'm concerned about the future, our children's future, and basically I want to come out and show support for the movement.
What's going to happen today?
We're going to march across the bridge and have a church service. It's the kickoff event. Well, not actually. The kickoff event was on Saturday. This is the beginning of the march.
What do you think is going to be accomplished here today?
Well, one thing that we've already accomplished is I've been organizing African American communities up and down the river from Baton Rouge to Ascension Parish. And what we've already done is start the process of empowering powerless people to do something about the conditioning of their poison. So we've already had a major accomplishment.
Ms. Gladys, what do you have to say about this march today?
I'm marching for my grandchildren's right to clean air and clean water and all of the grandbabies. I'm marching for the grandbabies and all the grandmothers.
Can you tell us why you're marching here today?
To save the earth. Preserve it for my grandchildren. Amen.
Can you tell us what you're marching here for today?
Because the earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein.
And you, Reverend T.J. Smith, what are you marching for today?
The Lord's and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein. The earth is the Lord.
And the rainbow is here, the National Rainbow Coalition is here in support. Reverend Jesse Jackson has already been here and supporting this effort against
of this great state.
Reverend, I was wondering if you could tell us what you're marching for today.
We would like to alert the general public on the hazards of toxic waste.
Can you tell us why you're marching here today?
I'm marching because I'm tired of the poisons that are in our community, and I'm marching also on behalf of those future generations coming after me. I'm a father of a 5-year-old, and I want to see that she has an opportunity to be a grandparent too.
Can you tell us something about the toxics here in the area of Louisiana?
Well, we have a lot of petrochemical plants here, and in fact, my understanding is that we have one of the highest lung cancer rates in the world. And because of that fact in and of itself, that concerns me as one, particularly as a black male, because we are the most at risk of that toxic.
somewhere between here and there. As long as we tell the truth, they're going to try to lock us up. But we're going to have some pillows. We're going to keep telling the truth and we'll keep walking. Even if we have to tell it from the jailhouse. We're going to tell it. Even if we have to tell it from the jailhouse.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Save Our Wetlands Echo News. Louisiana is a state rich in natural resources, and we need to do all that we can to protect our environment. We have one of the largest chemical corridors in the country. Will our state be an ecological dream state or a toxic nightmare? I'm Denise Ferret. Join us.
Welcome to Save Our Wetland Echo News. This is Luke Fontana. Will our state be an environmental paradise or an ecological nightmare? Pat Bryant of the Gulf Coast Tennis Organization. A lot of times we as adults talk about the environment, pollution, but we leave out a very important person, don't we?
We do. We leave out the children. And when I grew up, my folk taught me that everything they were doing was for me. That's what my parents taught me that because their parents and their parents before them taught them that. That we're developing a world for our children that's going to be better than the one we found. And that's the biggest lie we can tell our kids today. What can we tell our kids? We're saying to them, we are developing a world for you that's going to be far more poisonous than the world we found. And for no good reason. And we take them to the doctor, and they give them for all kinds, for the smaller kids that have all the ear infections and the things, you know, upper respiratory disorders. We carry them to the pediatricians and doctors, and they get all kinds of medicines so that they become little junkies because of the chemicals we put in the environment at an early age.
You know, Pat, I just want to bring this up about, you know, kids hear about war on drugs, and what, you turn on your TV, it says if you got a headache or what, hey kid, take a Tylenol, take this, take a Dristan. It doesn't tell you anything. They tell kids war on drugs, and you know, everywhere you look, they tell you to drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes. I mean, everything is so chemical dependent on this type of industrialized society that we created.
Worse than that, Luke, it is chemical warfare.
Chemical warfare.
What we have happening here in Louisiana is chemical warfare. We're doing worse to the people of Louisiana, that is the petrochemicals, are doing worse to the people of Louisiana than Saddam Hussein was doing to the Kurdish population And that's hard to realize.
I think if you go down Cancer Corridor at night when all that stuff is out there, or in the day too, you can see that the chemical warfare is against us. We'll be right back. We've got a quick announcement here.
Don't kid yourself. Cigarettes are drugs.
The American Lung Association.